If you're having a bad day, you come to Pine Street and you see Henry and Verna for a couple minutes and changes your day. Henry and Verna lived on the Cape in a residential program served by the May Institute. And I think it was a perfect setting for them.
Verna had Down syndrome and intellectual disabilities, and Henry had intellectual disabilities. Verna definitely had the gift of gab, and she had a memory like you wouldn't believe. She would ask me about my daughter, and she would ask me about my dog, and she was just funny.
She always had to have matching bracelets, and she would love going out and getting her barrettes for her hair. Her nails needed to be perfect and painted.
I come to work here at Pine Street, and Henry was here, and I remembered Henry from way back when at the Pauly Dever State School in Taunton. And we became real close, It wasn't just like I worked here and got paid. Henry was I consider him a good friend, just a great guy.
They were together here about 12 years. Verna moved here from another house, and she had another boyfriend when she moved in here. But once she met Henry, she quickly told Michael it was over. Henry was now her boyfriend.
It was an immediate connection when Verna moved in. Henry was like, just come on over here and sit with me. And she was like, oh yeah. But then it was Verna and Henry, and history was made.
They would sit together during, every meal. People would recognize them when we would be out in public and say how cute they were. They were both on the short side, very little, tiny, petite, little cute couple.
It's kind of a unique story in that Verna is legally blind, and Henry really doesn't talk. A few words, but a lot of hand motions, which obviously she couldn't see. But their relationship somehow just grew over the years, that they did everything together. If it was bedtime for her at night, he'd walk down with her, she'd sit on her bed, he'd go give her a kiss goodnight, and she would go, Henry, you're all wet, because he drew quite a bit. And then he would say night, and she'd go, good night, Henry, my love, and he would trot off to his room.
Love means something different to everyone, but for Henry and Verna, they just knew that they liked each other and they liked to spend time together, and that was enough for them.
I think love is unconditional, I don't think it's based upon your disabilities. Love is love. And they had it. I've been with Verna for a long time, and she never really was a sick person, She was actually very healthy, so it was very unexpected.
When they told us they didn't think she would make it, we just couldn't believe it. She passed very quickly. I think she was there 2 days. Then our concerns turned to Henry. How do we tell Henry? Because Henry was very aware, like if somebody wasn't at the dinner table, he'd kind of, where are they, where are they?
For a little while, he was just not really himself. But he still was so happy to see you when he walked in, and he really wanted to get out, I think. Do stuff, keep himself busy.
He'd stop by her bedroom door every morning, look in there. If staff was there, you go, she died. And we'd say, yes, Henry, she did. Then on to Henry's passing was very quick, too.
The hospital was amazed by how the staff was more or less like family and how concerned everybody was. But we also were happy that, he had no suffering. It came on fast and went fast, so.
They asked me to say a few words at Henry's funeral. I just told a few stories and how great a guy Henry was and how much we had miss him, and just said, rest in peace, old buddy, miss you.
Oh, the loss of Henry and Verna? There's a hole. Something missing when I come to Pine Street. Goodness.
They were magical. They were just magical. They're back together again now. They're back together where they belong.